Good morning, you guys. I had a dream. I'm not really a dreamer. The last dream that I shared with you guys concerning Russia was from 2020. So, not really a dreamer, but I had a dream and I have immediate interpretation. So, in my dream, I have a feeling that my dream was long, like it was like a full dream. I only remember the last 5 minutes, and then my alarm went off and woke me up. So, anyways, the last 5 minutes of my dream, I was about to go home. I live with my child's uh, dad. We're not together, but housing. I don't know. So, anyways, in the dream, that's how it was as well. So, um, he was about to go to sleep, and I was about to go home, whatever that means. And it's something in my dream I understood. I walked home by myself all the time. I was about to walk home, and I looked out the window first, and I saw some kind of strange things going on, like a lot of birds. So that caught my attention. And then in the distance, and those were like white birds and stuff. But then in the distance, I saw this like black, what looked like an all black angel, which was very concerning. But as this thing got closer to me, it was a full black horse, completely black, all the way black. It was beautiful. It was the prettiest horse I've ever seen, but it was all black. Like even the eyes were black. Nothing about it was any other color. It was all pure midnight black. And the angel wings was the horse tail. It was blowing because it's galloping in midair. So it was blowing so beautifully this horse tail that it looked from a distance like angel wings. But it was just this horse's tail galloping in the wind. And I was like, okay. And it flew right in my house. It landed right in my house, this black horse. Okay. And then behind it, no cords attached. So on in Santa Claus, the story of Santa Claus, there's reindeer pulling a sled, but there's like, cords attached to the reindeer pulling the sled. There's like, there was no cords attached from the horse to the sled. But a beautiful sled came seconds after it with no cords attached. So I didn't even know a sled was coming, but it did. And this sled with no rider, this sled who had no rider, came in my house too. Now, I'm pretty well versed in the Bible, so I understood just because this sled didn't have anybody in it that I could see doesn't mean it wasn't carrying somebody. It absolutely was. So, these things landed in my house, and even though there was nobody on the sled that I could see, I knew that I thought in my dream that was the spirit of death. So I was pretty afraid. Not really afraid, but I wanted to go home even more, right? And I couldn't just go out the front door because this thing just like came in my house and it was low key by the front door. So I didn't want to go just straight through the front door. I went back into the bedroom where this man was asleep and I woke him up and said, "Can you walk me home?" And he was like, "But right now?" I'm like, "Yes, can you walk me home?" And then my timer woke me up. Okay. When I woke up, which I wake up to record these videos for you. That's what the Lord has me doing. So when I saw my timer went off, that pretty much meant record. That has never happened in my entire life. I usually, when I wake up, spend time with the Lord and then record something with you guys. That was not the vibe for today. So, anyways, um, I thought it was a spirit of death. Not gonna lie, I thought because I'm familiar with the seals and I'm familiar with the horses coming. I thought it was the spirit of death in Hades. I immediately go to my Bible so I can translate what happened in my dream with you guys. And the Lord is really good. He doesn't have to be this good, but He's pretty much like you guys like 6-7 so much. Revelation 6-7. Okay, okay. I'm gonna be reading Revelation 6 verse 5, 6, 7. Um, really, verse 5 and 6 is my dream, but I'm gonna go ahead and read 6, 7 so you guys understand the spirit of death is coming. Okay, Revelation chapter 6, verse 5. When he opened the third seal, also, I'll just say that later. When he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, "Come and see." So I looked, and behold, a black horse. Mm. And he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine. That's verse 5, and that's verse 5 and 6. That's my dream. This pretty much means, and the reason why these things landed in my living room is because that is signifying that's what time it is. This thing just arrived. It just arrived. Third seal is open. That's what time it is. I wouldn't have thought that on my own. I know that there's war prophesied inside the Bible, and it says when you start to touch the apple of my eye, it's game over. The apple of his eye is Israel. Israel is Jacob. Not necessarily this country, but this country had the audacity to name itself Israel, so it's applicable. You touched my, okay. So, and are we not touching the apple of his eye? It doesn't matter how you feel about it in the country and all these different things. This is what he declares. So are we not touching the apple of his eye? So I already know it's game time. But I would never. I don't even bother myself with trying to figure out what part of the Bible we're at. I just know it's the end. But we're at the third seal, you guys. It just arrived. Now, we think food and all this stuff is expensive now, and it is. It's highway robbery. Highway robbery. They got us paying an arm and a leg for fake food. Huh? Okay. It's about to get so much worse. This pretty much translates to, for a bag of bread, it's about to be a full day's wages. It's about to cost a full day's wages. A denarius was a full day's wages back in the day. So, okay, that's the time we're at. Glory be to God. I woke up with a heavier heart thinking that it was the spirit of death, but this is the fourth seal. This is verse 7. So now we're at 6, 7. When I heard the fourth seal, when he opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature say, "Come and see." So I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name of him who sat on it was Death, and Hades followed with him. The power was given to them over a fourth of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, with death, and by the beasts of the earth. Go ahead and continue reading for yourself. There's 7 seals. You could only fathom up to the 5th seal. By the time the 6th and 7th seal gets open, it's game over. It doesn't even really matter. So nobody's gonna really. You got to be real read before those things even happen, or else you're not gonna be able to look it up in that time. You're gonna be trying to save your skins. Okay. Go ahead and read it yourself. This generation is very lazy, and you guys refuse to read, though you have the capability of reading. There's no difference from someone who has the capability of reading and does not read, and someone who cannot read. So you guys are acting as though you cannot read, like you are illiterate, yet you can read. You just refuse. So go ahead and ask your bestie ChatGPT, what's Revelation 6, 7? And they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you. Out of all the things that entity is willing to discuss with you, they're not going to talk to you the deep things of the Bible. They're just not. So go ahead and get you a Bible. I say that with caution, knowing most of you will not do it. But I know a lot of you guys are going to look this up just because it says Revelation 6, 7. Go ahead and look it up. That's why he did it. I love you guys. I don't have anything else to say. I need to process what just took place in my own life. So, yeah. Love you guys. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Get to know Jesus if you don't know him already. It's about to be game over. Okay? Bye.